let's talk a little bit about once you've shipped, because this gets back, it all ties together. So you get to market quickly, and the goal isn't to make money. Making money is great, but it's secondary to learning how to make money, learning what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, who your customer is. Let's talk a little bit about that concept, about launching, about what goals are right after launch and what you're trying to accomplish. Jim, can you talk about spending time with your customers and how to learn effectively in that environment?
Yep, spend time with your customer. So many of the companies we work with, they've got a techie as a founder. It's understandable. So, sales is not their experience, and you simply have to be out there. And I think if there's one word, it's to be inquisitive. Open-ended questions. Don't be the one talking 80% of the time and talking about your features and functions. Let them talk 80% of the time. Let them talk about what's working, how they use your offering, your product, because you'll get some surprises there. And ask for testimonials, even if it's an anonymous testimonial, because that's someone with a focus on your value proposition and the value that you're bringing. Because that's their way of saying, I'm willing to talk about the impact you're having on my company and the impact on me. So we always encourage asking for testimonials. The other thing you're going to find out, and this has kind of been touched on by Dustin and Chip, is, what is the real value that you're bringing? We have a new mentee we started with in the last couple of months that has got a really unique offering in a big space. And the founder thought that the primary value was going to be an incredible amount of time savings that they were bringing to the customers. Well, that's true, but what was even more impact is because this is a unique offering, they're now packaging it up in what they present to their prospects in terms of the capabilities they have. So in fact, it's becoming more of a revenue producer for the customers in importance rather than time savings.
Really pleasant thing to find out when you're interacting with your customers, that you're making them money. It makes charging them money so much easier.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So the other thing I would say there is, as a founder, as a product owner, as a technologist, or even if you're a non-technical founder, you see there's a shyness. There's I've met a lot of people who don't want to go talk to their customer, or don't want to reveal things about their product plans because they're afraid of their competitors. And being open and transparent and having as many conversations as you can. You're not going to get scooped by your competitor. You're going to get scooped by your customers not caring, your product not being good enough. So you need to get out there. The example I would use is, we have a really seasoned customer who's a product owner building a social network. And the social network we built for them is launched in a private beta, and he has 1,500 interviews scheduled over the next 6 months with customers to learn. And obviously that is a well-funded thing, and there's a huge, launching a social network is very, very hard. But think in terms of, how can I meet as many of these people as possible? Because your full-time job very quickly becomes channeling what your customer wants into the product in a way that makes sense for your business. So there are other ways to learn from your customer, though. So Chip was in games, and in games, analytics is really big. Chip, can you talk a little bit about how you learn from your customers in gaming?
So what Jim said was really important, and also in games and other products, we did user group testing. So we brought them in, we talked about this, and you're like, oh yeah, Chip, you were at Microsoft. When I worked at a small little 25-person startup, we went to the mall, passed out handouts, and had people come in for free pizza and play the games. You can do it. There's easy ways to do it. But what we also found out is customers lie. They'll tell you what you want to hear. So this is why we built analytics into all of our products, because numbers don't lie. They will tell you how many people are logging in each day to your website. Where are they going? Where are they dropping off? How long do they stay? 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, and you never see them again. So I'd strongly, strongly encourage you to build analytics into whatever product you are building. I'll give you a real story. So when and it's not games, but they were a former game company, so they understood analytics, and that was ZeroLight. And so we were working with Cadillac, and we were building their website for them. And so an individual could go in, modify a car, pick the car type, color, tire, interior, everything. That was all tracked through analytics. So it was built in our system, and we went back to the customer and said, here's all the data. They nearly died. They were just like, this is incredible. And so it helped sell our product. It helped them. The finance company was actually on our side going, we should hire these companies, because the dealerships make their money on upsell. And so if they knew a customer came in, looked at one of the Cadillac SUVs, they knew the color already, it was all anonymous. They would actually come in with a QR code, scan it in, and that's how they'd get the information. But they would know everything about what they were looking for. But they also could see if the customer put on, let's say, very high-end tires, and then took them off for their final build. They could go in and go, I can give you a deal on those tires, because they have the inside information from analytics that they were playing around with those high-end tires, or a bike rack, or something. This is how they all make their more money. So by understanding, what the customer wants or is looking for, but once again, they may not, they're like, oh, budget wise, you can maybe push them forward. So understanding the analytics, once again, built into the system where you can check every single day, how many people are coming on, how many people are coming back, where are they spending their time? That's really important. And also we used to, you probably heard the talk about the funnel of the onboarding. We would track, are they dropping out? Where are they dropping out in that funnel? A lot of times people think, oh, we have to have this big onboarding experience and welcoming them and answering questions. Customers want to get to the good stuff. So you don't want to block them from getting there. So maybe get them in quickly, show them what they can do, then add some more onboarding as that goes on, and to get that information. So many times I've logged on, I just want to pay a bill on a website, and I get, do you need help? Would you like to do the survey? And I'm like, I'm trying to give you money, and you're putting all these things in my way. Maybe after I gave the money, it's like, would you like to, give feedback on it? So look at your onboarding experience. And also, do you have a free tier? A lot of times with websites and applications, it's a trial. That trial can get you in. Adobe Photoshop has a free trial for 2 weeks, for example. All these other things are very, very important to get them into, and I'm going to talk about making money later. This is the beginning of it. If you get them in free, in a free tier, to try things out before they buy, they may get really interested in it. So then you take all that data and you look at, okay, what are our best customers doing? How are they interacting with our product? What can we do more to build those things to get them to come back? And that's all done through analytics and checking through it. So I know we're running short on time, so I'll throw it back to you, Dustin.
Yeah, I want to underline 2 points. One thing is the best onboarding is no onboarding, right? You have data, you have things your client's interested in, and literally every screen you throw up is going to have a double-digit percentage of people you lose, right? And we've seen as much as 50%, depending on what you're asking. So make sure that you are honing off and shaving off every possible moment, every possible barrier to entry that you can possibly shave off in that experience. So I just wanted to highlight that. And then in terms of getting your customers coming back, you're going to have a set of customers that's sticky, and you're going to want to look and cohort that set of customers, break out the data and say, why are these people, what is it about these people and their experience that's creating an aha moment for them with the app? So those of you familiar with Target, the methodology for creating sticky apps, which is a great book, by the way. The idea is to say, what is the moment catches people where they come back. And as much as you can boil in on that and reproduce that experience as early as possible in the app. For Twitter, I believe it's someone follows 10 other people, something like that. So find out what that aha moment is for you, and analytics are what tell you that. People are not going to tell you that. Analytics are going to tell you that, because people don't read, and people do lie, and they do it out of the goodness of their own hearts. But analytics never lie. So it's a combination of both that really gets you where you want to be.